Hello, and how do you do? This is Operation Fatherhood, and just wanted to come to you with this is going to be a first episode, okay, or first video of a new series that I'm starting to do where I'm going to try to introduce different books that I think you would enjoy. You would enjoy reading to your child as a father. This is a little more specific. I think anybody can read it. I really do. But I've talked to you, talked before, stuttering, talked before about becoming a Coptic Orthodox Christian, and so I don't talk about faith as that much on my channel. I do talk about my faith. I don't talk about religion as much, though. But in this case, I'm talking about it today because I want to talk about a particular book. Here we go, okay? And so we'll touch on that in a moment. So this book, well, actually, I'm going to tell you now. So what I want to do with this series of different books, which is basically introduce different books that I think would be good for my fellow fathers out there to read to your young people. I am a teacher, language arts teacher at a middle school. And also, let me just go ahead and say, if you hear any noise in the background, it's probably my children because I try to get them to be quiet, but they want to talk, play. So anyway, I had to get my funny little children to be a little quiet for me. So anyway, like I said before, this is the first episode of a series of books that I'm going to start encouraging more parents to pick up, because the thing is, as a language arts teacher, I'm noticing more and more young people, and not just young people, our generation in general, this time period that we're living in, a lot of people just don't read. And it's good to read, and it's also encourages them to build up hopefully a lifelong desire to read and enjoy reading. It's a good thing to learn, not just the illustrations, which the illustrations are great, but really get into reading. You never know how you'll learn, grow, and think after you read a good book. So let's get to it, okay? So the first book I want to talk to you all about today, okay? This book, like I said before, is very, very specific. I'm becoming a Coptic Orthodox Christian, and I wanted to kind of get a book to kind of, talk to my children about Copts, okay? So Copts are native Egyptians or from a certain time period. So it really was centuries ago, I think during the Hellenistic period. But there's also a Copt person, or a Coptic Orthodox Christian, is a person that belongs just to that name, the Coptic Orthodox Christian Church, typically out of North Africa, so like Egypt and those kind of areas. And so anyway, I come across a book that I really, really enjoyed. This person is actually the wife of my spiritual father, and I found out she was a writer. And so anyway, she wrote a wonderful little book that I enjoyed called The Story of the Copts. Okay, The Story of the Copts. And what I enjoyed about it was because she basically, now she writes it, it's a children's book, so she's writing it for children, to kind of give a kind of an introductory understanding of what it is about the Coptic people, or Copts in general, right? And so, I'm not going to read through the book, but I did want you to see kind of the illustrations. So the author is named Laura Michael, and the illustrations are by Yostina Kaoud, or Kaoud. I might be messing up her last name. Sorry. But just really, really wonderful. So it kind of starts with this older woman who's kind of sitting up in front of a bunch of children, and then she goes through the story of the Copts, of the Coptic people. And so I just kind of want you to see some of the illustrations in the book. And like I said, don't want to read it to you completely, but I just really think it's great. I think the illustrations is wonderful. I think it does a good job of giving you, kind of like I said, the basic understanding of what Copts are, or who the Coptic people are, I should say, and about the Coptic Orthodox Christian Church. And so, like I said, get you a chance, go check out that book by Laura Michael, like I said, illustrated by Yosina Kaoud, okay? And it is, I do believe, actually, it is published by her. And so, I believe also, you can get you close up, you can check out their website, CopticDadAndMom.com. CopticDadAndMom.com. So again, okay, The Story of the Copts. Okay, go check that out. Wonderful book. Like I said, giving you an introduction of the Coptic, Christian people coming from Egypt or North Africa to the Western world, if you will, of the United States, and just their journey, over centuries. Like I said, obviously, introduction is very introductory. It's very, very basic. Obviously, it's going to go over a huge amount of history in just a small number of pages. So don't expect you're going to get like some great, lesson or something like that. But it's just a really, really good book, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed reading it to my children. I really enjoyed the illustrations in it. I just thought it was great. So again, Optic Orthodox. Look, I'm about to say Optic Orthodox. I can't even say my own words right. Operation Fatherhood here, telling you to go out to get this wonderful book. Okay? Something to think about. Peace.